Welcome back, guys. Automotive Inc. here. If you are new to the channel, please do reach down and hit the subscribe button at the end of the video. Give me a like and hit the notification bell when you want to see more content. As you guys know, I bought a 2024 Ford Super Duty, and that bad boy has been in the shop more than I've got my hair cut in the last year. So, you know, at the end of the day, I appreciate the dealer still hooking me up with a loaner and a demo. This has actually been a real joy to drive, so I'm going to do a quick walk around and review of the 2023 STX F-150 with the 5.0 Coyote V8. Underneath the hood of this bad boy is the Coyote V8. Now we got the birds to shut up a little bit. We have the 5.0, 400 horsepower, 410 pounds of torque. This bad boy does have the 10-speed transmission, which is made in conjunction with GM. It's actually a really good transmission. And this one has 331 gear ratio. Let's check out the window sticker. All right, guys, as we cruise over this is a new 2023. It's a very nice loaner vehicle. Exterior is the Avalanche color, black inside, and it does have the 40/20/40 console. So as you can kind of see through here, their base options like automatic high beams and everything are all on here. Lots of good illumination, everything. Now if we cruise down here, we can see it is the XL STX package. It does have the all-terrain tires. It does have the STX package, which gives you the Sync 4. So at the 8-inch screen, you get the rear window defroster as part of that package. It does put up some more black all over the outside of it. You do get privacy glass. This one, add-ons were the trailer tow package, which is the hitch and the integrated trailer brake controller. This one has 18-inch wheels, the 40/20/40 seat, a bed liner, which I really like Ford bed liners, and flex fuel capabilities. We're going to look over here. MSRP on this is $53,410. So we've talked about this before, guys and gals. Depending on your needs, your wants, your desires, there is no such thing as a base truck anymore. Power windows, AC used to be an option, guys. Power windows, everything like that. This truck is a very nice value, and if you're looking for a Ford F-150, it will not hurt to go take advantage of Ford's new 23 deals. They got some really good discounts, really good APRs. So if you're looking and you don't care about some of the subtle changes they did for 2024, then this truck just might be for you. So for 24, guys, you know they changed the grille, the headlights, they changed the Ford emblem to white instead of chrome, which I could care less about. They did change the colors for this year, so they have a very similar color to this called Glacier Gray. All the manufacturers are really good about doing that. So we can see we have those spoked wheels down there, and we have Wrangler Territory Series tires. Not overly aggressive, but a decent tire. Most of the manufacturer starting tires are going to burn up fairly quick, but because you have the STX package, you do get like the blacked out trim and stuff here and there. Of course, you get the little STX badging. As we walk around, no keypad to enter there, but you do get a keyless entry fob in almost every Ford now. We do have the capless fuel fill, which this truck is E85 capable if you want to run that. We do have the security glass or darkened glass, but of course they always leave the front ones clear. Coming around the back, of course, we have our bliss sensors for backing up. We do have a 7 and a 4 flat. Again, for the most part on this package, you are getting regular incandescent bulbs. And check this out, guys. You actually get a handle, so the guys that don't like the electronic one, there you go. Step back to an STX, because once we get in here, guys, I'm going to show you that this truck is really nice. Trucks from Ford are typically set up for the box link. This is the old box link. We'll talk about the new box link in a different video. We don't have the soft drop or the easy lift tailgate, so you guys can get a bicep workout while you're lifting that all up. As we come around here, you get the 4x4 badging with the STX. Again, all incandescent bulbs on the truck. As we work our way up, typical halogen headlamps. Now for 2024, all trims get LED headlights, so that may be a bonus, but to be honest with you, these are easy to swap out. We get no fog lamps. We do get recovery hooks, but let's check out the inside. So as we come in here, guys, all hard plastics here, because STX XL, or sorry, the XL is basically a plus package with the STX, but you do get some really nice soft padding here. I think this is about the same on every model, which is nice that it's not all hard plastic or rubber. Pretty much subtle tones in here, all blacks or grays. Plenty of cup holders, lots of storage in all Ford trucks. They do really well with that. Because they have the 40/20/40 console, you do get a 12-volt power point there, and then your USB-C, USB-B down there. We got our vents, plenty of cup holders, and really this is like a denim looking cloth. It's actually a super comfortable truck. As I told you guys before, Ford does have the most comfortable seats, or squishy seats, if you will. I will let you guys decide which one's the most comfortable. Chevy being the most firm, Ram's kind of right in the middle of the Goldilocks road on that. We do have our storage here, so no bins or anything, but you know, if you step up to an XLT, this will be bridged off with a little plate, so you have some storage there. But you can fix that with an aftermarket thing if you want, but you have good storage on both sides. Of course, we have our jack over on that side, and I do prefer how Ford and Ram, they have this release to release the seat when you flip them up, versus the Chevy. It kind of uses a friction type thing, but super comfortable seats in this. And then I do appreciate that it gives you 2 LEDs on each side, and then the little button in the middle is illuminated at night with blue, so you can see it. Plenty of hanging hooks for your jacket, coat, suits, dresses, briefcases, whatever you guys got. This is going to be the standard mirror, non-power folding, but it is a power mirror on almost every package, with this convex basically being a fixed one, but a decent mirror. But I know some people like the older mirrors. So we come up to the front. Typically this is where you'll start getting some soft stuff, but it does have like a little texture to it. Very resilient, not bad. It is hard plastic. Got a squishy thing here. We have 2 automatic windows, which is nice. Our power folding, door locks, and again, tons of storage. As far as I'm concerned, Ford wins the storage race in their trucks. Cruise in here, we got the automatic high beams, automatic headlamps, no fog lamps that would usually be here. We do have a cargo lamp, which is incandescent standard. We got our Pride in America flag there. I dig that. Again, tons and tons of storage, guys. We get in here, we have pockets on both sides. This is really big. On this new Super Duty, I don't know why they put a little dip up front for that. I would rather have this one. This stuff right here, no rubbery stuff, so anything you put in here slides around all day. But then we have multiple power points down here and a big storage area. Here we have a USB-C and a USB-B, and then we have a 9-volt. So no traditional plug-ins in this trim package. But as we cruise over here, we open up the console. Another thing I like about the F-150, not sure why Ford did it, but this little tray slides this way. So for me as the driver, I want to get in here. Most of the stuff I can reach here. The Super Duty moves this way, and the thing's just kind of always in the way. I don't really get it, but they do give you a rubberized pad in here. Coin holders if people still have change, which I do. And of course, a little charging point down in here. Right at the back side of there, more charging, which is excellent. Now in this trim, guys, if you have a shorter person needs to drive your truck, and then by guys I mean guys, gals, whoever's buying this truck, doesn't matter. The seat in an STX and XL is non-power. Some of them in the Super Duties will at least have lumbar, but my wife, who's a little shorter, did say that it is a little bit more difficult for her even to see out this F-150 because she couldn't raise the seat off the floor. So keep that in mind. If a power seat or a shorter driver needs to drive it, you may need to step to an XLT. But for me personally, the seating view and height is perfect, how they sit it from the factory, but I am 6'2". So as we cruise through here, guys, you get a composite steering wheel on this trim level, but you get all the functionality, radio controls, cruise controls, and stuff like that. Now, again, they do have this standard on the STX package and most other trims. This is just a lane keep warning. It's not an active assist, but it will vibrate the steering wheel, whichever way you're going off or whatever. And so nice feature there. We do have the column shifter with the buttons on it for manual and for manual shifting. And as we cruise into here, we got regular analog gauges with a small, like 4-inch display. It is good enough. It's great. It's actually really nice to have analog gauges versus digital. So now that I got it fired up, here is the Sync 4 8-inch screen. So very pretty, very nice. Everything in here is subscription based, but you do have connected navigation. This is a demo truck, so it's not subscribed yet, but you will get your free subscription depending on your actual trim level. This is definitely worth getting, at least this screen, because even when we go here and we push home, and then you can still see your radio and your phone connections there. Very simple when it comes to radio controls, most of it you can run up on the screen, so you won't be using these lower buttons, but it's nice to have the redundant buttons down here. Come down here to our trailer brake controller, that's nice. And then we do have a drive mode selector. If you had the locking rear, you would have the button here, but this drive mode selector will allow you to toggle through your drive modes. So trailer, tow haul, eco, sport, normal, snow, slippery, deep snow stand, gravel. Basically what these most of the shift modes are basically taking the guesswork when it comes out of running the four-wheel drive system. So for people that don't know necessarily how to use them or don't want to use them, they put those drive modes in there for you to kind of gauge it. But I would highly recommend that you go read the owner's manual, so that way you can actually read the description of what those exact settings have to do with it. Now, here are the gauges all lit up. Again, guys, it turned the traction control off because I was shifting those modes. But really in here, you have some really nice basic features. You have your trips, and you can add screens, remove screens. You have some of your safety stuff, instantaneous fuel economy, an eco coach. You have all of that. If you want, you can go over here to the menu screen off the steering wheel. You can go down here to towing, do trailer brake light test. You can do towing status if you want, and then you can add a towing screen up on the actual little display here, which will show you your pitch, your roll, and your towing gain status. So once you get out of here, again, guys, these are pretty simple. Ford does give you a digital speedo if that is your thing also, so that's kind of nice. Now, I've spent almost a week in here and about 300 miles so far because they've had my Super Duty for quite a while. And it's actually been a joy to drive. The fuel economy coming back on the 40-mile stint roughly from the dealership with it, it was getting in excess of like 25, 26 miles to the gallon at highway speeds. Again, I drove mostly in eco for the first half of that 300-ish miles, and I was getting, you know, up there pretty good. But once I switched to normal road mode and tried driving it like most people drive rentals or whatever, not hard, and just running 87 octane, which probably most people are probably running 85 when they fill it up because they're going to be cheap and nobody's going to know it's not their vehicle. The fuel economy did come down a little bit to right around the 22-23. Let's check it out. All right, so this is combined so far. I've driving normal and running the 87. Let's get it back here. It's at the 21.2, and why that's switching is because my fat hand is sitting on the upper button. So that right there is kind of your Coyote fuel economy, guys. As we drop down here to the Trip 2, though, this is basically, the truck has 3111 miles on it, and somebody, you know, at 3102, it's pretty close. This truck's averaged over 19 miles per gallon. So actually not bad if you're a enthusiast and you don't want a power boost. Again, this 10-speed's been really, really good. We'll talk about payload in here in just a second. I just want to wrap through the interior. So we don't get a lit glove box over there, but you do get the cubby up there. And guys, really, this is a nice pickup. So if you're not a leather fan, or you know you're going to be, you know, getting in and out of this truck, you can even get vinyl in it, but I'm not a fan of vinyl because it's hot in the summer, and if you guys are working work clothes and you're getting sweaty, that part's going to suck. But we do have up here, we have the sunglass holder, which is nice. And again, all LED and some ambient lighting here at nice. So when you look up here on the visor, you don't even get a mirror on this side, but for people that need to check out their hair or makeup, there is a mirror on that side. All right, so if we cruise over here, guys, this has 2,082 pounds of payload. Again, this is a 331. I call it the baby box, so this has the shorter box of all of them. Now, we have a pretty decent camera, not the best camera. Chevy's screen in the custom is a little bit smaller than this, but the clarity of the camera is a little bit better. But we have dynamic guidelines for backing up. You have your rear park assist and your rear park backing braking and everything like that, and then you can zoom in on the hitch if that's what you like. But really, this screen's actually really good. You can see over here the sonar shading on the pickup itself, so you do have that bliss feature. But once we get up in here, guys, like I said, this screen is super easy. I like sync for or Ford's interface for guys like me. I'm not a huge tech guy, and it's super easy for me to figure out and have all the information at my fingertips. If you don't want the map up, you can click on your radio or whatever you want to at that. Now, I did find this out the other day, guys, is if you leave your truck in drive and actually shut the key off, this will go up. I made a short about it, so check that out. Pretty cool. So in the truck, we have an electronic park brake, so no manual park brake mostly in any of the trucks anymore. So, but what I will tell you guys is this V8 sounds pretty wicked. I've been in the Chevys, even in Kong. The Chevy's done so well with insulation, you don't hear it. Now in Loki, the new Super Duty, that truck is fairly loud, and it's just not all that like, wow, that's a cool sound of V8. So driving this pickup is actually a pretty good joy. You won't be able to hear the V8 because I'm not going to get on it in a residential area, but it is a wonderful sounding V8 note. F-150s and the new half tons, they all ride really nice, but this is really an exceptionally riding pickup. Smooth through the gears, tons of power. When you do get on it, that V8 just really roars. Now, I've said this before, guys, the HVAC system in the Super Duty and the F-150 is the quietest of all of them, meaning if you need to conduct phone calls and work in here and you still want that airflow, it's nice that this produces good ventilation and not doing it overly loudly. The Chevy tends to be pretty loud. When you got it on high, it's loud, and it doesn't feel like it's moving as much air as the Fords do, but then again, you know, take that for what it's worth. As long as you're not running on high, all of them are completely efficient and really good. So, like I said, guys, I've been driving this for a while, and I actually miss driving my F-150 a ton. Now, you're probably wondering, would I buy this V8? Well, in 2024, the 2.7 EcoBoost is now the standard engine, and I would go with that one every day of the week if you didn't want to spend the coin on the V8. All of the rest of the engines are upgrade costs, so you're no longer going to be able to get the Coyote. They don't make as many Coyotes as they do Power Boosts or EcoBoost, and Ford's now made a promise that that's pretty much what they're going to focus on, is the Power Boost, which I loved my Power Boost. And really, this truck in the right tow setup is rated at conventional towing right about 13,000. Now, that's not this 331 and it's not this setup, but in the right configuration you can. The Power Boost itself only loses 300 pounds because of that battery pack. So I would say for everyday driving, I go Power Boost every day of the week. But if you don't want to spend the coin, just go with the 2.7, because the 2.7 gets really good fuel economy. It is super fun to drive. It's powerful. It's quick. And again, if you're not stepping up to these larger tow ratings, the 2.7 will be able to tow everything that you need to. Now, parking, this thing's, you can throw this F-150 around like much of the other half tons pretty easy. Visibility for me, again, is great. Super quiet cabin. Do love the V8 roar. It's fantastic. But for me, I'm probably not going Coyote, but I know there are a lot of people out there that want just a naturally aspirated engine because they find the comfort in the less moving parts and turbos and replacement and higher octane fuel. Not worth it. But you know, at the end of the day, if you don't need all the bells and whistles, they don't make a base bean can truck anymore. They're all very, very well equipped. They have all standard backup cameras. I personally don't even use the 360. I still look at my mirrors and over my shoulder in the Super Duty, and it's got 9,000 degrees of cameras. Not a big deal for me. And I really like this truck. I'm telling you, if they were just say, hey, we'll just swap you and give you back 40 grand, I would take this little STX in a minute. And if I'm still buying a half-ton pickup in today's market, believe it or not, with all my problems with my Super Duties that I've had zero issues with one single F-150 I've ever owned, and that's coming from the 2.7, the naturally aspirated V6, the Coyote, or the Power Boost. So at $53K, and right now they're taking about $9,000 off and still offering a 1.9 for $72. If you're in the market for a half ton, I think you owe it to yourself to go check out Ford. Go to their website, check out their trim levels, see what trim levels and must-haves you need. Because if you want heated seats, guys, you're gonna have to go to an XLT with the premium package, which is a phenomenal truck with equipment, you'll get the bigger screen. You're going to get a lot of great stuff in there. But if you're the person that doesn't need all that stuff and you just want a V8 half-ton pickup with a tow hitch that can yank some horse trailers around here and there, or haul your stuff from Home Depot, you got to look at the F-150. The cab of the F-150 and the Chevy is way bigger than the crew cabs Rams. Now the half-ton Ram is a different body and frame type design in a generation. The heavy duty Rams haven't got to that, and it does have some really good room in it too. But I'm not a fan of the Hurricane engine yet. It's got a lot to prove, because when Ram brings out new things, it seems like it takes them a long time to get that right. So I'm not going to be a fan of that. Chevy has pretty much stayed the course. They got the diesel, they got the 5.3, they got the 6.2, and then they got the little 2.7 turbo. So I mean, you really do have a lot of options, but if you like comfortable seats, then I think that you're going to have to look at Ford. So again, guys, that is basically the walk around and review of the 5.0 Coyote F-150 STX package. And like I said, guys, I always appreciate y'all being here. We'll see you on the next one.